Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, staff. I'd like to welcome you to the Town of Lake Cowichan Annual General Meeting, Tuesday, June 24th at 5:01 p.m. It's held at the council chambers located at 39 South Shore Road, Lake Cowichan, BC, and it's being transmitted electronically. Before we begin, I would like to acknowledge with gratitude that we are gathering tonight on the ancestral unceded territory of the Subasset people, and we thank them for the stewardship of these lands for millennia. As we present the 2024 annual report, you can see the document if you have it in front of you. Quite a fulsome report. And I will turn to councillors if there's any comments on the annual report. And in the meantime, I'll turn to Ms. Gill if there's anything you'd like to add on the annual report. We'll start off with you, ma'am.
Thank you, Mayor McGonigal. Yeah, the report contains the audited financial statements, a description of the departments, our corporate objectives, and the final section contains some statistical information, which is actually quite insightful. And if there's any questions, I'd be happy to answer those.
Anything from council? Any input from council? I'll turn to the public. If there's anyone in the public that has any input on the annual report, if you could come up to the podium and just state your name, and then we will go from there. Nothing? Must be a very precise document if there's no questions.
I could quickly go through starting at the statistical section, just page 46, shows the revenues that we collect by percentage for the town, and their breakdown between taxation revenue, sales of services, what we receive in government grants, and the contributed capital. We also have the expenses shown by percentage, showing what goes to sewer, water, government services. And then page 47 shows the taxation revenue that we collect. It also shows how much of the taxes we keep, which is 2.6 million of the entire collections. So more than 2/3 is paid out, collected and paid out to other entities such as the regional district, the school tax levy, the police levy, water and sewer we do keep. And below shows the percentages. So we keep 33%, and we keep the sewer and parcel taxes of 12%, but the rest is paid out to other jurisdictions. The next page, page 48, is also interesting in that it shows that 87% of the taxation revenue that we do collect is collected from residential tax. Only 11% comes from commercial, and the rest is from other industrial, recreational, managed forest. And page 49 contains the homeowner grants that are applied against that property taxation revenue. 2024, since I started keeping these stats in 2008, was the first year that we had more senior grant claims in Lake Cowichan than we did regular grant claims. And you can see that in 2008, roughly the seniors made up 1/3 of the total grant claims. So of the homeowners living in Lake Cowichan and claiming the grants, we are definitely an aging population. The table below that shows the BC assessment values, shows what they were in 2014 and now what they are in 2024. They peaked in 2023 at 11.4 million, and we're down to, in 2024, 10.8 million in assessed values. The next page, page 50, shows the number of deferments and also the dollar value of the tax deferments. So we have seen an uptake over the years, the number of people that defer their taxes and have the province pay them instead. Page 51 shows the water consumption data. We started metering in 2014. We did not actually bill for metered water in 2014, but you can see how 2015 there was a substantial drop when we went to metering, and we've seen a substantial drop from where we were before we were metered, even with the increase in the population and homes in Lake Cowichan. The next page, or below that, shows the Sani disposal revenues and expenses. So you can see that we automated that at the end of 2023, beginning of 2024. So we've got a full year of Sani disposal revenues, and there was quite an increase in that revenue there. The next page just shows the land title changes, the number of properties that transferred in the year, and the number of building permits that were taken out in the same years. And building permit revenues on the next page. The permissive property tax exemptions are the properties exempted from taxation in Lake Cowichan, almost 54,000 in 2024. Page 54 just shows payments to all parties that exceed 10,000. And the final page shows the tipping costs and how they've gone up. We went to organics collection in 2015. So the below shows how much we've diverted from the garbage waste stream to the recycling stream. And that's all I have there.
Thank you very much. Any final comments from council or the public? Councillor Sandu, please.
Thank you. On page 41 under government grants and transfers, so the sewer treatment facilities grant, the budget for 2024 was 1.2 million, but is that what we received was $194,235?
Yes, we receive what we spend, and I believe because of environmental factors and whatnot that we never did tender out as was expected to. The project's been delayed.
One last time, Councillor Bomaka.
Just two questions. I think the first would go to the superintendent. The water drop for the metering was, how much of that was attributed to leaky pipes and old infrastructure compared to people watching their water consumption once they're on metering?
I don't have an answer for that. It's hard to track how much leaking we have. So we definitely have leaking. It's happening all the time, and a lot of it's underground, and we don't even know there's leaky pipes in places. So
it's still happening. And one other question to finance. So on page 54, for payments for goods and services exceeding $10,000, is there a reason that the first two are numbered companies and that it doesn't show who the owner or where those payments are going to?
That is how they operate, just under the numbered company name. There is no other name, so that's who the payments are made to.
Okay. So we never know who owns that company then?
Well, we might if we look back in our, but yeah, it's that is what they operate as. They don't have another name.
Okay. I just thought for transparency, it would be nice to see who the owner of that company was. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Anyone else? Seeing that, I'll be looking for an adjournment for the annual general meeting. Moved by Councillor Frisbee, second by Councillor Bomaka. All in favor? Opposed, if any? That motion carries. We'll take a short break and get into the regular council in a few minutes.